Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the JNU lecture series, I, Mohammad Siddique, welcome you all to the fourth lecture of our series. Today is truly a special day. We are deeply honored, genuinely humbled to host someone whose writings have shaped the intellectual imaginations of generations of students of political science, history, and social theory. Before I formally invite the speaker, I want to share something on behalf of all of us, especially the students of CPS. It is quite a surreal feeling to host you, sir. Many of us have read your writings in our classrooms, discussed your arguments in seminars, and debated your ideas in study circle. But to read you in a syllabus and then host you in person is a feeling we honestly cannot express in words. To be candid, when we wrote to you, we had very little hope that you would accept our invitation. And when we received your message saying you are willing to speak for the JNU lecture series, it felt almost unreal. We are genuinely grateful, sir, that you chose to spend your time with us and to engage with the student driven initiative like us. Today's lecture, titled Illuminations of Black Marxism, opens for us a set of questions that are both urgent and unsettling. Professor Kaviraj has chosen to speak about a subject that unsettles the ways Marxism has been historically understood and taught in India. While Marxist thought in our universities has long been shaped by traditions emerging from European universities, especially white Marxist scholarship, there exists a parallel and equally profound archive of black Marxism represented by thinkers such as Du Bois and Aimé Césaire. Their intervention do not merely supplement Marxism, they transform it by exposing its racial blind spots and by recentering the lived experiences, struggles, and intellectual contributions of black communities across the world. The lecture compels us to confront a difficult but necessary question: why did Indian Marxists learn almost exclusively from the white Marxism? In raising this question, Professor Kaviraj invites us to recognize the epistemic limitations within the Indian left and the broader Indian intellectual sphere. Black Marxism focuses us to think about race, coloniality, and global structures of domination in ways that European Marxist tradition often did not. While Indian Marxists powerfully articulated class-based critiques of capitalism, they did not always recognize the intertwined histories of race, colonialism that profoundly shape global capitalism itself. The question that emerges, one that Professor Kaviraj has framed sharply, is whether we as scholars and as political subjects are part of the solution or part of the problem. Black Marxist traditions challenge us not merely at the level of theory, but at the level of political and ethical responsibility. Today's lecture is therefore not only an exploration of intellectual tradition, it is an invitation for introspection. It urges us to reconsider what we read, what we ignore, what voices we center, and whose experiences we silence in the process. For students trained in social sciences at places like JNU, which prides itself on critical thinking and radical imagination, engaging with black Marxism opens a transformative horizon. It widens our framework, sharpens our critique, and forces us to re-evaluate our position within global struggles for justice, dignity, and liberation. Professor Sudipta Kaviraj is one of India's most influential political theorists and among the foremost scholars of modern Indian political thought. His pioneering work spans political theory, comparative politics, nationalism, and the Indian state and the intellectual history of modern South Asia. He has taught at some of the world's most respected universities, including SOAS, Columbia University, and the University of Chicago, earlier right here at the Jawaharlal Nehru University, where he shaped the minds of generation of political science students. His writings, deeply philosophical, historically grounded, and analytically sharp, remain foundational for understanding democracy, modernity, and nationalism in India. Before we begin, I want to remind you that the JNU lecture series is entirely student driven. We have no institutional funding, no official political funding at all, only the motivation to create meaningful academic spaces for dialogue between students and distinguished scholars. We are trying to sustain this effort with sincerity and complete transparency. During the event, a QR code will be circulated. If you believe in what we are doing, we will be deeply grateful for even a small contribution. Your support will help us bring more eminent scholars in the future and keep this platform alive. It is now my absolute pleasure and honor to invite Professor Sudipta Kaviraj to deliver today's lecture on Illuminations of Black Marxism. Sir, thank you once again for being with us today. We are deeply grateful.